It's been a bad time to be a narrative consultation company in the game industry because they all have been under scrutiny. And of course, Sweet Baby Inc. is still being talked about every single day, hundreds to thousands of people talking about them. But now the government broadcaster Radio Canada has accused the Sweet Baby Inc. detected Steam Curator group creator, Kabrutus, of leading a cyber harassment campaign, which is complete and utter nonsense. It says, according to the Canadian government-run broadcaster Radio Canada, the individual who kicked off the current round of video game industry discourse with his creation of the Sweet Baby Inc. detected Steam Curator group, Kabrutus, can be best described not as an unhappy consumer concerned with the ongoing DEI terroration of one of his favorite entertainment mediums, but as the leader of a cyber harassment campaign. Now, of course, this is the French-speaking branch of the CBC, or Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and I just recently had to do a video on them and how they put up an article about Sweet Baby defending them, saying the video game consulting studio is at the center of an online anti-diversity storm, talking nothing about the fact that it all started because Sweet Baby Inc. employees decided to harass Kabrutus, and that is something they decided to completely ignore because, of course, it didn't fit into their narrative. But what would you expect from a Canadian broadcaster anyway? They only spew biased leftist BS. But we also now have this. I think that this, honestly, is so pathetically hilarious, okay? All Kabrutus did was create a list. And this is the problem. These studios and these companies fear the educated consumer, because when we are educated, we decide not to swipe our credit cards on bad video games and products in general. We decide to not support these companies, and ultimately that means that they lose money, and they cannot fathom the idea that we are willing to speak with our wallets and not support the crap that they are pumping out. Now, of course, Kabrutus is just one single person who decided to make a list, an individual who saw what was happening in the industry and simply decided to go on Steam and make a list. He's not some sort of like mastermind. He's not the leader of a cyber harassment campaign either, because he was the one who was ultimately harassed, and that led to, you know, so many people, millions of people, talking about Sweet Baby Inc. and narrative consultation companies and the bullshit that they are spewing and the bad products that they are releasing. It is absolutely pathetic to see this happen, to see them label him and try to ultimately, you know, make people view him as an evil entity, because he is not in any way, shape, or form. I recently did an interview with him, and I had a fantastic time talking to him. He's done a ton of interviews. He's made a ton of different statements on social media, whether it's X, whether it's YouTube, and he has been a good force fighting against the DEI corporate push that is going on in the video game industry. He is just one person of many trying to protect the video game industry from individuals like this and from narratives like this, and of course they cannot stand it. It is absolutely disgusting that they decided to label him as a cyber harassment, you know, individual, the leader of a cyber harassment campaign, but he's actually been laughing it off on social media, which is the perfect thing to do, because these people deserve to be pointed at and laughed at for the hilariously bad takes that they are constantly spewing. But that's all that I had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.